Welcome to JWL Sports, where we review all the best sports clips from around the country. Now, you're probably wondering, why should I watch over here instead of over there? Because over there, they don't care about what you have to say. They say this all the time. They talk down to us. They think we're just a bunch of clowns on YouTube, Twitter. They don't even read the comments. But I do. I read every single comment. So if you think what I'm saying is the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard, let me know in the comments below. If you think what I'm saying is the most amazing thing, then definitely please let me know. Either way, let's get into some discussions, let's get into some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and it's turning into something truly, truly special. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. And so without further ado, let's get to it. We're watching a clip of the Herd, Colin Cowherd, talking about the Chiefs versus the Bills and Josh Allen's role in all of this. I'm doing the rounds. I'm making a bunch of these videos specifically with Josh Allen right now and the Chiefs because there's just so much slander going around, and I haven't watched this clip, and I'm pretty confident Colin is going to be the only one that makes some sense today, because so far on First Take, trash. On Get Up, trash. I saw Ryan Clark and Stephen A, of course, and Shannon Sharp, just all nonsense, honestly. And I know Nick Wright is going to spit nonsense today as well, and same thing on Speak. So my guess is that Colin's going to actually make sense, and I'm going to let him talk. But the thing that I just want to say before he goes is that loss is 1,000% not on Josh Allen, and it's insane to think otherwise. So let's just see what he has to say first, and hopefully I get to just agree with him.
You know, I thought Buffalo was going to win this weekend. They weren't as reliant at the end of this season on Josh Allen. They developed a run game. They drafted and developed new weapons: Dalton Kincaid, James Cook, Khalil Shakir. They could blow you out. They could win close. They felt more efficient. They fired their OC. They were on track. It really felt like something. And they did so much well against Kansas City. 3 75-yard touchdown drives. They had more first downs and more total plays and dominated time of possession, and they were great in the red zone. And they had, look, at third down, they were 7 of 14, and they were at home. And yet yesterday they reverted back to Josh Allen, save us. They put up the bat signal. They needed him to 39 pass attempts, 12 rushing attempts. He had to overcome a weird fake punt call, couple of big drops by receivers, couldn't stop Kansas City's run game, much of that due to injuries. Kicker missed a game-tying field goal. This was the Buffalo I thought was in the rear view mirror. I don't have a problem with a quarterback having to make some throws or occasionally go to his feet and have to move. But good God, it was the 6th time in 10 Bills playoff games that Josh Allen's had to be the leading rusher. The Bills' window is not.
Think about that. People who are trying to act like Josh Allen doesn't do everything he can to put this team in a position to win, you're just not looking at the facts here. He's the leading rusher in all those games, and he's the quarterback, and he's not like this big running quarterback necessarily. He does it because he has to do it. He doesn't look just to run, right? This isn't a Lamar Jackson, a Michael Vick type situation. This is just because this is what the offense needs him to do in order to put them in a position to win. And again, he had to throw the ball, nearly 20 times more than Patrick Mahomes. So everyone's talking about how Patrick Mahomes led the Chiefs in, to win that game and made these plays and all this, and that Josh Allen didn't. And it's like, look what they're asking Josh Allen to do. He's got to rush and throw, make these crazy throws, do laterals, sacrifice his body, take huge hits, and then when he throws these most perfect, beautiful passes, his receivers can't even catch the ball. And when he needs the defense to step up, they can't step up. And again, I give the defense the benefit of the doubt because they're so badly injured. And again, I'm going to keep saying this again and again and again. Injuries matter. We have such nonsense with this coach speak. Oh, it's next man up or no excuses. You got to find a way to win. Guys, that's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. This is just things that coaches say that then players get brainwashed into believing, and then fans hear it, and it's just not real. If it was that easy, then we wouldn't pay stars big time money, okay? Because it wouldn't matter. It's just next man up. Who cares? Second and third string quarterbacks would ball out all the time, and they don't because they're not good enough. They're second and third strings for a reason because they can't just step up or find a way to win. That's not when is that ever a thing in life? Tell me, outside of sports, when is that ever a thing that we just accept to be true? The example that I used before, and I'm going to probably keep using it in my next few videos, is it's like if you got in a car crash, okay? And you got in a crazy car crash, you broke both your legs and your arms, and you have the flu, and you have a fever. And your boss is just like, you got to find a way to get to work. You got to find a way. You got to do it. You got to work. It's like, I broke both my legs and my arms, and I got the flu, and you want me just to magically be able to work? And not only work, but also succeed at work? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. So this whole thing of just like Josh Allen needs to find a way is just BS. And this whole idea that Patrick Mahomes finds a way is BS. Okay? His defense, Patrick Mahomes' defense this year was legit. They had an elite defense. It was their offense that was struggling more than anything. It was their defense. And even Nick Wright admitted this, and he's super Mahomes fan, number one. And even he admitted it. And so it was the unfortunate luck that Josh Allen and the Bills had their defense decimated. Romo pointed this out last week. He said, "Oh man, the Steelers won this game, the Bills won this game against the Steelers, but it came at great cost. This Bills defense is really injured, and a lot of playoffs comes down to who's healthy." He said that at the end of that game. And I mean, and the list of injured players are players that are, and again, you can't just say, well, this is a playoffs, everyone's injured. But there's all different degrees of being banged up and being injured. There's no mistake that last season, the Eagles and the Chiefs both made the Super Bowl, and they were the least injured two teams. It really matters. So I hate the fact that this is now going to be like, oh, Josh Allen is 0 and whatever against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And it's just nonsense. Josh Allen, if they won that game, it would have had every single thing to do with Josh Allen. The only reason why they would have won is because of Josh Allen. And the reason why they lost had nothing to do with Josh Allen. Okay, there was these 3 terrible dropped passes that absolutely should have been caught. These weren't like miracle catches where you would have been like, oh, come on, that would have been great if you caught it, but that's a tough catch. They're completely balls that should be caught. Josh Allen is making these unbelievable throws, and they don't catch it. And again, people want to say Patrick Mahomes stepped up and Josh Allen didn't. He made the plays when it counts. And they want to point out to that one play that Josh Allen, made a bad throw. Yes, but it never comes down to that one single play. Are you expecting him to be 100% perfect? Because that's not the reality. Patrick Mahomes missed a wide open Travis Kelce in the end zone to the point where even Romo was dumbfounded as to be like, I don't know how Patrick Mahomes missed that throw. It was just a complete miss. Okay? But the players stepped up in other situations, and the defense stepped up for the Chiefs. That's not what Josh Allen had. So all this blame on Josh Allen, it's really just not fair. And it's really unfortunate.
Not officially closed. Josh Allen's still in his prime. It's still a well-run operation, but it does feel like it shut a little. Let's be honest. Kansas City now 3-0 in their head in the playoffs. You can see the way the Bills on that last drive where they're running James Cook into the line. They're just trying to eat up the clock. They're thinking about Mahomes when their offense is on the field. That's the way it works with Buffalo. Again, bat signal, save us. I thought they'd moved out of that. Some new weapons. O-line had a good year. They were running the ball, not Josh dependent. And then yesterday they were. He just could not overcome their mistakes. And I could spend the next 10 minutes hammering the Bills. But let's talk about Kansas City, the winners, again, in this fateful January matchup for Buffalo. Patrick Mahomes did not have to carry the team. a very clean, efficient, and tidy 17 of 23. No picks in his last 5 playoff games. He's 5-0. The run game, dominant in the second half. They barely had the ball in the first half, yet only trailed on the road 17-13. Like Gronk, Travis Kelce, aging, nope. Big play Travis Kelce. How about MVS? Who knew? He made big plays. In fact, Kansas City, and it's just shocking because we watched them all year long, and we were frustrated all year long, and they were making mistakes all year long. But the Chiefs had 8 plays yesterday of 20 or more yards. The Bills had
Again, well, wait, hold on. He's going to say the Bills had none?
none.
This is the difference. And I've already said this, and we need to really digest this. It needs to be repeated. The Bills' defense was completely decimated. Completely decimated, okay? And the Chiefs' defense was essentially as healthy as they would ever need to be and is an elite defense, okay? That's why the Chiefs, all of a sudden, their offense looked great and looked legit, and the Bills could only do so much because they're going up against a really good offense, a really good defense. So again, this was always set up for Patrick Mahomes to be good, and this was kind of my argument before, was that this game became more balanced because the Chiefs don't have a good offense, but they have a great defense. But their offense now is playing against a bad defense, which now makes their defense better, or which now makes their offense better, obviously. And that's exactly what happened. I don't know if I said that in a video or if I said that in the comments. I'm not sure. I think maybe both. But that's why. And I thought that the Bills would be able to pull this off because I was thinking that Josh Allen would be able to overcome the difficult defense of the Chiefs. And he was. He personally was. It was his receivers that failed him. And, and just bad play calling and going for it on 4th down, just weird, wacky stuff. But Josh Allen did everything. It was, and like as Colin just said, but the Bills just said, save us, Josh Allen. And like I said, they don't ask that of Patrick Mahomes. He had to only throw the ball 23 times. Josh Allen had to throw the ball, 39 times? I mean, do you guys understand how crazy that is? And not only did he have to throw the ball all those times, and it's not because they were down or something by so much and so, well, of course he's throwing the ball. That's not the situation. This game was going back and forth. But Patrick Mahomes didn't need to do nearly as much. He's throwing the ball to wide open, wide receivers, blown coverage for defenses. He's handing the ball off to Pacheco, and Pacheco's just, rolling. I mean, Josh Allen had to not only be the leading passer, obviously being the quarterback, but then also the leading rusher. I mean, it's bonkers. So it's frustrating to have to see that all on his plate. And then he gets the blame for not winning. And then Patrick Mahomes gets the praise for winning. And that's why, and obviously we'll talk about this more this week, but I think the Chiefs are in for a rude awakening. People, I just saw another clip that I don't know if I'm going to review on here, but it was another Colin Cowherd clip talking to Mark Schlereth, I think it was. I wasn't sure. And he was saying, the Chiefs are peaking at the right time. No, they're not. They are not. These are illusions. I'm going to say it one more time. Illusions, okay? They played the Raiders, and it was such an ugly game, okay? And they lost, obviously. Christmas, it was this whole disaster and stuff, okay? And then they snuck by the Bengals, okay? They didn't have a good game against the Bengals, and the Bengals has one of the worst defenses in the NFL, and it was a backup quarterback that was just not playing well at all. But they absolutely could have lost to a backup quarterback with a trash defense, and their offense was not that special at all. And then I don't even care about the final game because no one was played. So that's completely irrelevant, right? Patrick Mahomes didn't even play. Kelce, none of them. So that doesn't even matter. Then they played the Miami Dolphins, whose defense was also absolutely decimated. Maybe even worse than the Bills. I'm not really sure. It would be kind of hard to compare. Okay. And so then they were able to beat them. And then again, Tua wasn't able to do much. And so, again, it's not like Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs really needed to do so much on offense. And then they had the luxury of playing the Bills, who are injured. That's why they now looks like they look good. But I got news for you. They're going to be playing the Baltimore Ravens. And to my knowledge, as of right now, that team is pretty much completely healthy. And their defense is completely healthy. And they are ready to go. And they are going to punch Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in the mouth. They're at home. Lamar Jackson knows he's that dude. There is no fear. There is no pressure. There is no, oh my God, I can't do this. There's no doubt. The Ravens know who they are. They know that this is their time to win, and they are going to punch the Chiefs in the mouth because their defense is legit and good and healthy and ready to go. And I really believe that they're going to be able to win that game. And it's, again, I don't know how close it's going to be. I think that's always pretty much impossible to tell. But I don't think I think it's going to be obvious that the Ravens are the better team. They're the only team in the playoffs this past weekend that actually truly won convincingly. Everyone wanted to tell me how elite the 49ers are and how trash the Packers are. Well, literally the Packers almost beat the 49ers. So either the 49ers are not that elite, which is what I've been saying, or the Packers are not trash, which I've also have been saying that they're not trash. But when the Ravens played the game against the Texans, they said, nope, we're not even going to let this be close. It was close for like a minute, and then they were like, nah, I don't think so. And then CJ Stroud looked like a rookie, looked like a deer in headlights, looked like, oh my God, I can't do anything. And Lamar Jackson looked like the MVP. You know, Brock Purdy didn't look like the MVP. The 49ers didn't look like this elite, untouchable organization, this team that's what I've been saying. So I think the Ravens are going to really push and bully around Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs because the Ravens are not afraid. And the Ravens have been there. Obviously not all the players, if really maybe even any of the players for the most part, but that franchise, that organization, they don't have this monkey on the back, which I don't even really believe. I don't think the Chiefs or the Bills in that moment were thinking, oh no, Patrick Mahomes, what do we do? What do we do? Players don't play scared like that. They have this insane belief in themselves, delusional belief in themselves for the most part. You know, that becomes a big problem, right? Because a lot of times they believe in themselves too much that they try to do things that they're physically not capable of doing. Baker Mayfield, you know, which I'll talk about later, is the perfect example of that. And Dak Prescott, for that matter. And then you have the rare occasions like the Patrick Mahomes who think they can do something and they actually can do it. And also Josh Allen is in that category as well. But that's just the way I see it. I think the Chiefs were very fortunate to go up against such a banged up defense because think about how close this game was and think about if the Bills defense was just even somewhat healthier than they were. If the Bills just had one or two extra players that weren't so badly banged up, that could be the difference in this game. So I just think that the Chiefs got incredibly lucky and were able to just squirt on by. But what do you all think? Do you think that the Chiefs genuinely won that game convincingly? Do you think the Bills are just trash? Do you think that Josh Allen deserves all the blame? I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this one. Let me know in the comments below. Please don't forget to subscribe. As I said, we are building an amazing community here, and I would love to see you part of it. And please give this video a thumbs up as it really helps with the visibility and the algorithm, and I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, and see you next time.